Hello, comrades. It's Premier Rever, and I am back again, looking at our beautiful city of Neuve Revergrad. Are we making much progress? Not as much as I'd like because we're still low on gravel, right? But we got this road done, so I think I definitely want to get this guy assigned to the next road because I do want to get this railroad, and there we go. And then the other kind of priority, he's still working on this one, I assume. So this is, yeah, okay. I almost thought that was like a railroad station or something you couldn't pass through. Okay, good. So we're going there. I had time paused. Let me start it again. But I went around and just sort of looked to see the State of the Union. So let's have a little State of the Union thing. The State of the Union is that we're out of gravel. I came to this screen, and where is it's quarried stone. Where the heck is gravel? Here it is. So we have 3,400 around the map, but you can see, look, it's just stopped. I don't know if you can read the numbers, but it's just stopped right there. Like, we're not getting any more or any less. So it's, that's definitely a bit of an issue. So we assigned our one construction guy to come over here and build this quarry. So we'll see if we can't ramp that up a little bit. I did think that if we weren't getting enough people, maybe we could put another bus on here. How many buses do we have? Well, that's the gas station anyway, isn't it? Do we have... Yeah, we do have a truck there, right? Yeah, okay. He must be going to get fuel, I hope. We're not having a fuel crisis. Well, here, let's do one thing at a time. Bus platform, related vehicles. So we only have two. Let's see... Let's go to it. What is a Mars? Oh, yeah, look, are they both? Oh, they're just both little Mars trucks. Now, what do we have? The only vehicles we have here, yeah, no buses. So let's get them like a bigger regular bus coming from somewhere. Yeah, look at all those people sitting there waiting for work. All right, where's our depot over here? Right there. So I like that German bus. Yeah, this Mars here is a nice bus. 105 kilometers an hour. And we'll get him just so that we at least know. Right, we'll take from there. That's the gas station again. To here. And then start. Good. Now, let's see, what do we have? Quarry processing. We have people going to one of the quarries. Well, let's up the number of people that are going here. How's that sound? And I guess it would speed it up if we sent some people there. But let's just make sure we're kind of maxing that out as it is sometimes. But so hopefully that third bus will just sort of keep it a little more maxed out, right? And then we have one more problem. I was going around getting our bricks started, which I haven't done yet. And we don't have any power here, which is kind of a bit of an issue, isn't it? So where do we have a transformer? Right over here. It looks kind of full right now. And we'll bring all full. We have another. That's getting to be kind of far away, isn't it? Yeah, I don't really want to steal power from there. What is the story with this? Okay, so we have power. So we could probably put a transformer here, right? I don't ever really plan on building anything here. Or do we cut in? And the only thing that could be doing is, you know what, this is, the only thing that's powered up right now is, well, let's see, it might be powering up a couple other things, but yeah, I don't see any reason why we can't. Yeah, I think we'd be better off over here just cutting in. Well, you know what, that switch isn't going to make that much difference, is it? Yeah, maybe we'll put a transformer like up here, or a substation, I mean. Yeah, that's because that'll just cover whatever that other guy doesn't, right? And then if we ever end up getting rid of that other guy, this should cover most of... Yeah, I love the way that jumps. There we go. Yeah, so what have we... you know what? We'll probably never build anything right in the middle of here, right? So let's pause time for a minute so we don't kill everybody's power. When it comes to these switches, I don't mind. I don't mind actually... Yeah, you won't go right to the thing there nicely for me? You're going to make a little extra node no matter what I do? There we go. Alright, so let's... kind of like that too, because we just... Oh, can't go there. Okay. Just needed a dirt road anyhow, right? So you'll attach to there. You'll attach to here. Oops. Now, I won't build this one since it's new, but we'll build like these ones. All right, so let's come here. Yeah, we might as well use dollars. Use dollars. Because in real life, you would do things to not cut people's power off for 3 days, right? I would think. Not unless it's an extreme circle. You know, they put up new lines, you know, kind of all the time. They don't cut people's power off for 5 days. At least not here in America, they don't. All right, so one of the things I did do, this will be a little bit painful, but this guy is going to come down here and build this. Believe it or not, he's kind of the close... Oh, that's a covered wagon. Pay more attention. Pretty sure I clicked on the right thing. There we go. So this guy doesn't have anything else he's doing, and I do want to assign him more than just this, of course. But let's get him... Where is it? That, and... Oops, I didn't build a road. Let's do that number, and then let's get rid of that. There, so his priority, or at least the first things on his list, which I assume is their priority, is going to be that. Now, what else can he work on down here? Now, we have this gravel issue in general, but, you know, it doesn't mean I don't want to keep plugging away, right? Yeah, so we can't build any more of that railroad track. Yeah, I would like to get... Oh, I didn't put in the... Yeah, you know what? We could get this railroad track done. And, you know what? Get this shopping center done and this done. And then that'll be enough for the moment. And then let's come in here. Put that in. Is that a bunch of little roads there? Yeah. Okay. So there. So that sort of takes care of this. Now, one of the reasons this is kind of important to me is I have a little bit of a strategy. We're going to be getting rid of all of the stuff in here. So I don't really want anyone bringing more stuff into here. But we're also not really ready. Well, we don't have the power. So I want to replace, you know, like take the things out of there and bring them over to here. So you can see we can unload. I don't know. Do those even need power? Anyway, it's more legitimate if they certainly look like they would with this crane, right? Yeah, so see, this guy's taking bricks now out of here and bringing them over to here. Now, he's going to keep doing that. And we're just not going to put any more bricks in here. And then I also have this train that if he ever moves again, which I'm sure he will. Oh, wait, he moved. Let me make sure. Oh, I don't have him. Oh, wait, Tupafalu. Yeah, you know what? When you come. Yeah, he's going over to Importska. So he can't, one of the problems is he can't get easily anyway from here to here with the train. So I thought, well, let's just use one of these trucks to get it over there, right? Like, because there's no connection, and I don't necessarily want to make one because I'm going to delete all of this stuff eventually, right? We're just going to, whatever we were doing there, we'll do right here. Now, one of the reasons I did this a little bit different than I might some of the other ones is because we already have this all set up here, and I don't see a particular reason to move it. Like, there's no pollution issue. I think this is far away from the houses, you know, so it's why relocate it, right? There's no real benefit. So there we go. But we do want to eventually get all this stuff out of here and stop relying on this. So anyway. All right, so we have the power to the menu button distribution place. And the next thing I want to do is just show you what I did with... next thing I want to do is get a bus to... I think we want to increase our busing. Yeah, we got our gravel path there going. So you are also going to send people to here. Now, how many buses do you have coming up here now? 2. What does an Avrinko look like? Oh, that's one of the red ones. Yeah, let's go get you another... Let's get another German bus. Now, how are we looking on people? 97. There was a comment about why do I use the small stops, and here's what I found. In a lot of cases, you could get, like when you do this, you have control over things a little bit more, right? Like I can specifically tell more people to go to these 2 than these 2. And if you have like 200 people waiting here, that's a lot of people just sitting there doing nothing, right? They're better off going, getting their needs met. So if you do see that you're overflowing, you know, the other thing it does is it lets me control how many buses go to where. So a lot of times, like I noticed that they would tend to come in the one way. Like if we had just put this one here, we might not have a road coming in the other side. And even if we did, like there might be a ton of buses that just want to come in this one entrance. As opposed to, you know, this one might not be as friendly towards... So these 2 are more efficient than the 1, right? In the sense that you can distribute people between the 2 and buses and everything else. Like, so now there might be circumstances where this isn't true, and you know, there's certainly good arguments probably for the other way, but anyway, let's go get another bus. And you know, you can see all our trucks sitting there still waiting to deliver the bricks. So we'll get them fired up in a minute, and I'll just kind of go over the new plan real briefly. All right, yeah, American dollars, bus. And then I want you to go... Oh, look, you know what? Yeah, we probably get a good number of people here. Yeah, you know what? Why don't you go here? Oops. It's probably where those guys are going anyhow, right? So we'll see. All right, so start. All right, well, that's going to probably max them out, I hope. Yeah, well, I see stuff is a-flowing. All right, so now what I did was each of these 4 guys, 2 of these guys are going to go between the brick factory and in Portska so that they can do a little bit of exporting for us, right? Yeah, this is actually upside down. Like this is the load one, and then this is... So in Portska will be the last stop, and I think it's this guy too, yeah. So let's start both of them, right? So they're just going to go down to Importska, which we need bricks at. Importska is right by Revergrad there, by the way. And then we have these 2 guys. So this guy's going to go to Open Trawl, with Oil Trawl, which is right here. Well, no, I'm sorry, right here. So we'll start him up. And then this guy is going to what? Oh, the menu button. So this guy I want to hold off on, right? Because I don't really want... I want to get that other one emptied out while we have the opportunity. So there we go. And then there's another guy that's sitting in here that should be switched. Well, he was sitting in here. Yeah, so like this guy's going to get bricks. Let's make sure he's on wait. Yep. Yeah, so he's going to get more bricks or coming back with bricks, and he brings them to here. So the only other thing noteworthy is from, you know, I'd really like to get the train, but obviously, you know, this is sort of a knee-jerk, you know, I needed, not that we need to get bricks going, but I'd like to get the bricks going, right? So that we have, you know, pretty good Well, then we have bricks that we're not paying for them, basically, bottom line. And if you come down here and look, just to give you an idea. Oh, no, you know what? He filled it up that quick. But this was getting like really, really low from whatever construction we were doing down here. Speaking of which, this guy doesn't seem overly busy, does he? No, and I definitely want to get up to this rail station. You know, I definitely want to get that going too. There's a lot we want to get going. At some point, I might have to prioritize here what we actually do. But there you go. So I kind of got the bricks redistributed. Now this guy, there's another railroad, the new railroad thing we have up here. I think I'm going to hold off, at least for this episode. Where is it? When it comes to this guy. Just because, like, I'd like to really work on this, but I do want to get the situation with the gravel at least leveled out in a sense. Like, it's no point in just keeping assigning people and then they have no gravel, because we do have a few priorities, and for the moment I would like to get our vodka flowing again, again. And I know we don't need this much done, but it does mean getting this road paved and at least getting into one of these and getting it to where we could at least drive trucks from our new farm, right? So now we see at this, and getting this road paved so that at least we can get the farm going again, right? And then, because we could even just use this farm in the short term if we really wanted to drive crops up to here or whatever, Does that make sense? So I'd like to get at least one distillery going again. And then, obviously this will be nice because we're polluting over here. So we need to get this going pretty quick. And in order to get this going, I kind of really need this train station going, which will be nice to have anyhow, just to build things down this way eventually. But, I definitely would like to be able to turn on our cement there and our asphalt. So that's sort of a priority, only because I don't want to chase everybody out of Rivergrad here. How are we doing? 89. Yeah, they don't seem to be too unhappy about that. And how is our university doing? We are teaching some students. Do we have many of them in here? No, didn't we just put a bunch in? Well, let's see about putting a bunch more. We're really cutting through the... Oop. Oh, it's full. What did I do? All students, 20... Oh, you know what? Well, wait, why is that red? I don't know. Let's pick another... That's the same house. Let's pick another house. Okay, because it's... Okay, I got you. It's turning red. Yeah, another thing we could probably do in the future is get people from other towns to come to our hostels, right? And then you probably also want to grab people from... No, there's not many people in that house, but... Grab people from places that wouldn't necessarily be able to reach this anyway. What are we up to? 74? How about you guys? I don't think I clicked. No. How about you? See, some of these people may go to the university anyhow, but... Yeah, you see, you're so close. Now, you probably still have a good number of people, right? Good. So now we're filled up. Now, how are our educated people doing? Well, let's do this year. Yeah, we're only into January. Let's do last year. Yeah, it's sort of leveled off there, but that's okay. We can, keep an eye on that. I think all of our towns are doing okay with teachers and whatnot for the moment. Yeah, that one's kind of getting filled up. That's okay. They have them, and they're... How are we doing over here? We're doing okay. Now, how are we doing there? Oh, one teacher. Oh, only one educated. Time to pause. All right, so now let's close this, move this over, head back to... Now this is kind of good because we can stick some more people in a few of these houses, right? These probably are pretty polluted. Yeah, let's go and do... Yeah, eventually we got to talk about getting rid of that coal mill and maybe even getting rid of some of these houses that prove to be in the danger zone. Yeah, that's that one. Yeah, you know what? We'll take our chances in putting a few people back in one of these. All right, so let's relocate. All right, and then let's see if we can't find... No, that's where we... That's the school. Only 12 in there. Only 18 in here. But that's some. Oh, 75 educated. That's what we're looking for. All right, we can even close. Well, let's leave one of these other ones open just in case something strange happens. And then sometimes I think you could grab them right out of here, but... All right, let's... Where were we? Oh, you know what? We'll do this. Here we go. Good. So we got rid of people. We got people in. Good. All right, so now what? Start time back up. Yeah, it's definitely... It would be nice to have a situation where you didn't have to check this. There we go, 12 teachers. But you could just pretty quickly, you know, look at your schools and tell, you know, 7 teachers and, you know, you just can't... Unless you give it a thorough examination, which doesn't take that much longer. Yeah, see, we're getting students in the schoolyard, so... Yeah, we only have 57. You know what? Let's get rid of all of these people who are... So everybody who's here is going to be a teacher or do something else. Right? That should max out our teachers and staff. And I assume they'll go do something else even if you send them there. At least I hope they do. All right, so anyway. All right, so that puts us in pretty good shape. All right, so now, what else was on? I made a little list. Car dealership. Yes. We want to do a car dealership in Revergrad. But I would like to talk about the cars in general, and what I think I would do, just so you know, is I'm thinking of putting it like right here. So until we get this stuff moved, you know, I don't necessarily want to slap it up here because it would get in the way of this, and then, I mean, it could be good okay over here, but I'm not 100%, you know, we haven't knocked this down, and I just could see this being a good, you know, well, yeah, I don't know if it's a good place or not, but it gets it close to the heart of town where we're not likely to move people. Though honestly, I'm kind of liking this spot. But anyway, so we're definitely going to get a car dealership over here. Let's let the construction settle down on things that are a little bit more important. And not that it isn't, you know, it's definitely people are interested in seeing that and getting that done. But I also wanted to point out, I know it didn't probably feel like it, and often I know, I mean, if you miss one episode and I said one thing, you know, like I can understand where, you know, you start to think, oh, he's not working on getting cars, but really that's what this whole thing is about, right? Like in order, because of the way I do it and I don't auto build, it's just going to be one of the things that, you know, maybe the series suffers for in a sense, is that, you know, we just don't make the progress, and it's just hard to underestimate how much more difficult this game is if you don't auto build things, right? More time consuming at least. It may not be, you know, harder in other ways, but it's definitely much more time consuming. So the furthest we could level with this construction office was like up to about here. So that's why I plan on building another construction office here. one way or the other, I'm planning on putting we need to build like another town probably over here, right? So that we can have people at some reasonable distance from these really three different factory kind of areas that I plan on having over here. Now, I'm not sure exactly where the prefabs are going to end up, though this is a big, nice flat spot, right? So, and I'm not 100% sure. I kind of drew this sort of on top of a mountain over here. So I'm not sure if that makes a lot of sense to build it here. Or maybe this will come up and the cars will go over here and the quarries. And then it would make sense to have the gravel closer to one of the quarries, right? So maybe let's see how it all works out. But the fact is, we need a town over here. We need a bunch of stuff to get the auto stuff going. And I need to build this road and this railroad up to there. And it's just been a lot of work to just get this in. But we're getting there. See that? And once we get a few people, a couple houses, and these people are going to need to have their needs met there. And we get the gravel in here, then we can start building a little more seriously up towards this way. So know that, the auto plant is coming, and it is, probably in some ways my top priority. When you hear me say, oh, I really want to get this railroad built, before I go any further kind of thing, right? Well, this is, it just takes a while when you're doing it this way. So let me see why, it's, so you decide to come back in that way, and you're trying to drop off gravel. So can I cancel? Yes. So let's see, which one are you working on? Railroad 5. It's this one. There we go. But I do want to keep you working on Railroad 5. I just don't have a good solution for you clogging up the works. So let's send you back to Railroad 5. Yeah, so Railroad 5 is this bridge. I do want to get that done because in the long run that'll help cut down on that. But this is the reason I don't like to do the all that planning, because you just can't get anything done. You either have these kind of things going on, and it's not how much do you do about that, right? It's just like, while you're doing this little bit of construction, you're going to have those kind of issues. I mean, I guess we could build some kind of crossing right up here, and then you just spend so much time trying to construction proof things, the problems that you're only going to have while you're in a construction project. There we go. So this guy hopefully will get out of there before this guy comes back in. Oh, he'll come back on the other track. Okay, so we're fine there for a few minutes. Now, see, I even forgot what I was saying. So that's it. When it comes to designing, that's why I'm going to continue to just do what I was doing. Now, are these guys? See, it's going to be hard to tell now because we don't have gravel. Well, these guys have gravel because they're close to the gravel. Yeah, I don't necessarily. Are they moving? Yeah. Well, as long as they're moving, or are they? No, they're not. Are they on a collision course? No, they're on two separate tracks. Very good for a change. All right, so there we go. So that is our little discussion of the thing. So know that once we get some more of this quote more important construction done and going, that we do have an automotive plan that includes getting down here, getting a car dealership in, because I just like to see how the car dealership and the cars work and affect things. And why not do it down here? It's as good as any other place. It's got a good population where it's going to have as many problems as any other place would if we did give them cars. And in the meantime, we can we'll be redoing this town a bit anyway, so it's kind of a good one to slip it in, and then we'll see. I don't want to import too many cars because really, while it looks like we're rich, this money is really decades in the making, right? If we were to come in here and take a look at our balance sheet, these numbers aren't that great. I mean, we don't have 24 million because we've got so much production of anything, right? If you look, this is 4.5 million, and with the constructions we're doing, and we're actually losing money, right? Because this is 4.8, and then another. This is like 6. So we're spent 6 million this month so far, and we've only made 4.6, something like that. So if we look at this year, why isn't that changing? Oh, because this year is this month. Okay, here's 71,000, right, for last year, and we've spent 67 plus another. It's going to be like 83, and a little bit more for vehicle fuel. Now this isn't spent, but this is like how much are you consuming versus spending. So, we're really not gaining ground when it comes to our economy. I know it seems in some ways like things are doing extremely well, but this is more delicate than you realize. And I think this is a nice buffer to have for like when things went wrong here. Like with a fair amount of confidence, I knew I could cut off our food and start importing it without, going into a fit of worry as to are we going to lose the whole map because we only have 5 million, and now we're going to spend all that 5 million trying to fix these imports. Because if we take a look go back to here for a second and go, well, let's just do last year again, right? And imports. Oh no, you know what? Let's do last month. Soviet bloc imports, food, 151,000. And was that even? Yeah, if we look, that was like it went up to 40,000, right? Or right there. I guess that's tons, isn't it? 40,000. The point being, we could very easily find ourselves in debt, especially if it was something more critical, like having to import steel or something. Would wipe our money out in no time. Even to I'm not going to auto build anything, but even to the point of auto building would be kind of crazy. So, in any event, the next thing I would like to talk about is improving the railroads to get them to electricity, right? Or electrical tracks. And one of the things I'd like to do is like when this guy gets done, let's see, what is he doing? Now that we got his little, what are you doing? Okay, you're just waiting for, you scared me. So this guy is, he's still working on the Tagliati railroads over there. So that's good. So as long as he gets over there and does that, I think gravel is just slowing them down, but there's not much we can do about it until we get probably just slow down for a little bit and let things go. But I think I want to do something a little bit different, because normally I'll do things after the episode. I think I want to just play time forward and let some things happen and build up some more things to talk about. But if nothing else happens, I would like to get like this railroad across here. And like I said, into here. So I think I might do a little bit of leveling. I'm going to keep an eye, kind of keep construction offices busy. But I definitely also want to design like this like railroad track across here, right? So that this guy could tie into here. And then, at some point I think we need to consider like just electrifying this track going up to here. And just biting the bullet on not getting up to Lumbrisca with trains. The only 2 trains are this plus whatever we're exporting. So what we could do is just take this guy off of going up to that Molna export station there, customs house. Does that make sense? Yeah, and see, I don't like this. This is exactly what I don't like. I have 10 tons of corn. Like the one thing we could really be exporting is corn, but because there's no way to tell these guys, and because I don't really have a good staging, like we now have two food things sitting here, and then what probably happens is this guy starts filling up, and instead of it filling this guy, it then starts filling this guy, right? And so this guy goes and takes a trip. This guy hasn't filled up possibly all the way, so now he's at like 90 tons, and this guy comes back, and then it starts filling this guy back up from the beginning. And in the meantime, this guy did go and make a run, but now he's sitting there waiting again when we could have a better flow. So in any event, that's one of the reasons that when I did this, we got it completely separate, right? Like where the food trains are just completely on a different line than the corn trains. So we'll see how all of this goes. It's a little bit of an experiment. It could have its own set of issues, but there we go. All right, so let me. What are you two doing? Yeah, this is the kind of thing. All right, so are you assigned a thing? This is the kind of thing that's not bothering me too much. Yeah, 28. Let's get rid of 28. Boom. All right, so what was 28? Yeah, I don't know which one 28 was. How are we doing over here? Oh, look, that one's... Yeah, he's making progress. Yeah, since he's able to build that pretty well, I think I'm going to just come in here and... Let's see. Let's give you that. What was this one? Yeah, that was 28. So we're going to get rid of 28 for a second. Let him build further in, right? Then one of the things I thought we could do, I know I said I would take a break and get some other things done, is I think like there's these electrical tracks we could kind of prioritize, right? Because they don't really need any gravel. So if we do pick these electrical, like electrifying has like an ulterior motive there. In the long run, it gives us something to do that we don't need a lot of gravel. So while building this, and then even building this bridge is not going to be very gravel intensive, right? So I think it's worth maybe doing now while we're having these gravel issues. And, you know, the other thing, like I said, is getting this one along here, which is a bit of a mess with this. So we'll have to decide what to do. Might swing this guy out and over a little bit more, right? All right, well, I'll think about that while I just, you know, make some progress on the construction. I won't do anything exciting. Or you know, like I'm just going to grind out for a few minutes, and then when we come back, we'll see, you know, see where we make out. All right, guys, see you in a few. Okay, I've been pretty busy. One of the things we did, I don't know if you remember, or if you saw that part of the video, we had set the Energidis construction to build this, and he was done. So I went and put another excavator and then 3 more dump trucks. So now if you look, we have a little traffic jam. So if you were wondering how much can one of these handle, you know, 3 quarries with, I think each of them has 3 dump trucks. Some of them, let's take a look. Oops, not mechanisms. All related vehicles. Yeah, 3 dumpers in each one. One of and they're all the bigger 16-ton dumpers, so I'm not sure how it would work out if you just had these regular little dumpers, the ones you get at the very beginning. But in any event, we're now, you know, at least producing, I think, is about as much as we can get. And the good news is that, like, this guy here is practically full. So, you know, like, we should be... Oh, do we have a problem? We keep having... This guy's going up the wrong way, so he tends to block people up. But we got this bridge done, which is good, because we can get this tied in together pretty soon. And once... Well, I guess I'll probably electrify all this track first, right? Or at least a lot of it. And then we'll tie it in. But in any event, we now have, you know, this pretty much worked on, and we're getting caught up with our gravel. That's what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying in the middle of my own thoughts. However, this guy is still struggling. So, you know, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the system. If we come here and look at what this guy is doing, where is he? Oh, wait, he's waiting here. Building is without... Why is Revergrad... Oh, we got a power problem. Building is without power supply. Where would you be getting your power from? No electrical connection. I mean, this would be... you're just a little too far for that one. Well, you know what? We want to build these buildings out here. And this switch is in the way, right? So we want to move that anyhow. And then this is a pretty steep hill. And I don't really picture doing any houses. Why don't we... You know what? We're going to leave time playing. We'll just do it relatively quickly. So what I want to do is... Let's just see if we put in a substation. This is not at all what I planned on, but... Yeah, see, that'll work. So if we put a... Yeah, I don't want to get too close to there, but yeah, let's not put it any further out than those other buildings are already stuck out, right? But this will kind of give us, yeah, I think that'll be fine right there, right? And then we'll come in here, oops, we'll come in here and we'll cut this off, and we will, no, this way, no. Yeah. No, I actually wanted to go, yeah, like this. Maybe a little bit like that. And then let's, oh, these are smaller wires. I guess we were cheap in the old days. Let's use the bigger wires from this point forward. All right, so let's commit to that. And then this we're going to pay for with dollars again, with the same logic that we wouldn't be cutting people off for, oh, come on, with their power forever. So now this needs to be replaced. And then rather than do it the way we are, I think what I would do is, let's come down here and yeah, delete all that. Put in another switch that goes like this way. Yeah. Let's make sure these will connect. And then, yeah, let's get rid of this switch, right? That's getting rid of medium wires. Yeah, get rid of those wires. Get rid of, well, let's do it this way. Right, and then what kind of wire are you? Are you a medium one? Let's get rid of a few more wires just because it's janky. There we go. And then this needs to get attached to here, and then yeah, we're just going to pay for all of that. And then this will get paid for. Right, so now you have power. You have power. Or no, but you're not. No, you are connected. Okay, and then this needs to get this. We can delete these. All right, they're no longer needed. And then this we will construct because it's original construction, and I don't want to cheat too much. All right, so we need a dirt road. Will you just go across there by some miracle? No, you won't even come down here. Can I get you to... Yeah, you are kind of up on a dumb hill, aren't you? Let's see, can I level a little bit? I hope. Well, let's shrink it down. Yeah, see, I want like... Yeah, can I go... You don't like being that close to the railroad track. I understand that, but no. Oh. Thought I could get away with that, maybe. No, I didn't really, actually. I was thinking that would have been a little bit too much luck. Yeah, you're... Yeah. Does that actually connect? Yeah. Is there a better way to do that? Yeah.
don't really want to get into all of that. I really don't want to rely on that road. I guess we would be better off. Yeah, let's do a little bit of electrical, and then we'll there we go. All right, so now, you know what? Why? The only reason to connect that really is to have fire service, right? So I think we either demolish it. Yeah, you know what? Whoa, what happened there? I didn't touch anything to cause that. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna. I know we just paid for all of that, but we're gonna level this guy. I do want fire protection for it, right? I mean, there's no particular reason not to have fire protection for it. All right, so now you need to go like here. We'll pay for that. Let's pay for this again. Let's get this guy attached, and then we might as well use that guy there. Let's just commit, because I kind of forgot to do this one first. There we go. So now, yeah, I know I'm being a little fuddy-duddy about about not building things, but that really was dumb. Sometimes you can get them to reconnect, but I think in this case I'm going to just try to. There you go. So we should be able to get. Yeah, I really don't mind having fire protection, and I'll tell you a reason why in a minute. All right, so now you, yeah, we'll get you to build that. How are you doing? So I did go around quite a bit and just tell people to work on stuff. Doesn't connect. What? Oh. Okay, yeah, work on this. You know what we're going to do in the meantime is we're just going to, at least to get it connected, right? There you go. Okay, so good. So now we should be able to work on that, which is sort of like kind of a top priority, isn't it? So you know what we're going to do? We're going to, yeah, we're going to cancel everything else they're working on momentarily, and then we can give them back these things if we can tell what it was. So I think I had told them to do this and this. I'm not really worried about that depot. And this. You might as well do that. And we need a road connection here. And close that. And that should give them plenty to do for a while, right? And then while we're down this neck of the woods, let's just jump over to here. Yep, you still have plenty. Yeah, well, we just have no gravel, so we need to get this built. Yeah, we need to, hopefully that'll be their #1 priority, right? And we'll get that built, and then we can actually drop off gravel. The thing I'm kind of wondering is, what did I do? No, that is going around there. Wait, what did I do? Like, we were dropping off gravel before, and I don't remember. I don't remember deleting anything. Why this guy would not have gravel, or maybe I don't know. I mean, I'm almost certain we were dropping off gravel before. Or is there some issue with? Oh, is this line? Well, we're still working on this line, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. All right. Anyway, I do want to show you something I did. Now, I did two somethings, and I tried to leave them white, but then I guess when I went around and did some other things, it caused some problems. Like, not committed to, or they. But I have another electrical connector here and another parallel track along here. And what I'm thinking of is, in order to get this like going where these guys can keep working, what I would do is somehow or the other come off of here, probably like in this neighborhood. Yeah, let's not make it too sharp. All right. Nope. There we go. And then, obviously come across this road at whatever the angle is that I think I can get away with. Now, eventually I want to get rid of the road and put like bridges in or something here, right? So we don't have too many issues. And I see a little piece of roadway in my way. So I deleted there used to be a gravel road right there. Oh, come on. That's not what I wanted. What are you doing? Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Yep. All right, so now, at least for the construction purposes, we can, and this will work out fine. These can be parallel, right? But like right up here, I brought them back together. And then eventually what I'd like to do is, I want to do that a little different. Just because I want to make sure it attaches well. Yeah, see, it doesn't look like it's attaching well. There we go. Yeah, and then you come here. So eventually what we'll do is something like that, right? Now, one of the problems with doing all of that is that we're going to have like a really goofy thing in the meantime. So in other words, we're going to switch from the outside lane to the inside lane so that we can build this. We'll build it, get it electrified, and then when we go to electrify this track, we'll do whatever we need to do to get it so that the trains go on this one, right? Hopefully. And then in the long run, this will be a little bit goofy, but, picture from off of this bridge, somehow we would have a bridge that tied back into this. Like we might have to put a dirt road around it for the short term, but I think we can, we might have to, quote, bite the bullet a little bit on that, but I think we'll be okay. Now this is going to be a little bit tricky. I'm hoping to be able to, just like that. Can I? Yeah. Now will you go from oh, come on, right there? No, but will you go? Okay, that's all we need. All right, so that way this construction crew can get in there and start doing all but this little section, right? And then what I want to do before we go too much further is just sort of signal this guy. So this will be a regular signal going that way. That should be a chain signal. Yep, chain signal in. Oh, come on. Got clicking issues. There we go. Building is on fire. Electrical Town School. Okay. So there you go. Does that make sense? And then at some other future point, I'll plan out the road, up to this distribution. So now we've got this railroad on the other side, right? So eventually, and then we'll have to think about who needs to cross who. So, we have this depot here. It doesn't have to be right there, but we definitely want to get in here to get certain supplies. We got our prefab panels and our gravel, so we need to get the trains in and out of there, and they're going to go onto the supply loop. So we're going to have kind of quite an intersection here. I'm thinking it might be good to get rid of this depot and put it someplace else that's just not quite so busy. You know, the depot's probably, well, we were just building and we were starting, so it's learning experience, plus I'd rather just have a T intersection, and then if we have two trains, we have to talk about the need for this other one anyway, right? Like, so I don't know that we need that other rail line at all, because I don't really have a big plan of sending stuff back and forth. But the idea of having the two is that one would be for supplies and the other would be for like local supplies. So in other words, if we needed grain in Cattletown, then we would use that other one to get crops from here to here, right? So this would be used for like this, where we're moving crops and things back and forth. But then once we went to get like alcohol on there, which would go into the regular distribution, we would put it on the other track where we have a train, you know, that goes to each stop and drops off a little alcohol here, a little alcohol there. But I think this is like another step forward anyway for us, where we can get in here and start just electrifying that much more track, get this, you know, just start working on the issues. And then eventually we would probably we'll get rid of that extra bit of track there, right? Hopefully without deleting anything else. Anyway. All right, so there we go. So I think that puts us in pretty good shape for that. So let me commit to this. Now, I wouldn't have committed to that because I did want to show you this fiasco. Now that I designed mostly on camera, but this, I wish it didn't, the game did it at some point. I didn't mean to commit. If I did it by accident. But it was really kind of goofy. If you look at these two, I couldn't get them parallel to each other and to go across the roads. So I ended up having to like move them apart slightly, right? And then the next thing is they built if you look, I know it's going to be hard to see, but they built their poles or their supports in different places. So I sort of fiddled until I got them to, I wanted to have the option of coming from this way at some point, right? Now, right now, I don't know that I would ever use that, but I'd rather just build that little extra section of bridge, and then it became a challenge to get that. So the bottom line is we could come from here and go straight up this way, right? And not that I necessarily plan on it, but for the most part, I'm just planning on this. Now, this section of track, the only thing we have going on here is the wood, the lumber, and the crops going up there. So I'm thinking at some point we just bite the electrical track bullet and go without lumber for a little while and hope we don't. Maybe we'll even wait until this wood guy's full, and you know, like the train has got quite a bit. We're not really using that much wood. We don't probably even need a train to do that. But then the other thing is eventually that train can come down here and go this way to get into the wood. And depending on how we did it, see, I could, well, we'll see. I don't necessarily want to put crops on this track, right? So like they could still continue to go in the way they are, but that would take a little bit of traffic off of this area, though I'm not sure if it matters that much. But anyway, we have this track halfway over there, but we could talk about it. Do we bring the crops in this way? It doesn't really make a lot of sense because they're on this line. So if we did that, we'd probably branch off here, right? And have them go that way. But we'll see. You know, we don't have to work out every detail necessarily right now. Just get the big ones so we know we're not making any huge mistakes. Now look, our bricks are full. How are we doing here? Yeah, we don't have too many. So I need to keep an eye on this because this is where we're getting our bricks from. And then eventually I need to just cut this off. And I have a truck sitting, where are we at? Camine. I have a truck sitting, waiting here to start taking bricks up to that thing. Now, we're definitely doing well on bricks, so that's not a problem. Like I said, every time I look here, whether we have gravel issues or not, it's not because we don't have this guy pretty much maxed out. So that's good. So that's not something we want to have happen. And one bit of bad news, and I think we'll be just about done. maybe we'll talk a little bit more, but our rail construction office burnt down. So one of the reasons that it burnt down is because, yeah, missing asphalt. So why are you missing asphalt? Are you having a problem? No, you're just taking a while. So we have to rebuild our rail construction office, which is kind of fine because we're still working on this bridge anyway. I mean, it's not good, but at least it's, you know, whatever. And then we do have people, but we don't have power. Now, I'm not sure if that actually matters. Like, a lot of buildings don't care if you have power. So hopefully it doesn't. But we are getting, you know, we are plugging away in here, starting to work on some roads. So pretty soon we'll get this done. And are the rail guys still working, or did they jam each other up? They're certainly prone to be jamming each other up. And let's go open this. I've been checking these guys very regularly because they get stuck in weird places. Well, they're still moving, so that's a good sign. But eventually what I want to do, let's see where we're at. Are we far enough? Oh, yeah. I want to put a crisscross in here. So what is this guy's number? Since they both say Detroit. This is 7. Yeah, so let's get rid of 7 and work on this. So that once he gets up in here a little bit more, we'll do a crisscross so that when this guy gets done the bridge, well, you know what? I don't want a crisscross right there. I shouldn't have canceled that. I just want him to get past this point, right? Because then this guy can start taking over, hopefully, if we ever get him going. And then, yeah, so I just want them to get done that. Plus, they can electrify a lot of this track. Yeah, so anyway, you get the idea. So yeah, there's quite a bit of work. Now, one of the things I want to do is we've got so many different things going on. I kind of want to get some things done. So I might start spending a little bit more time in between the episodes, or even in the episode like I did this time, just to see how we're doing everywhere and just keep things rolling as best we can. Did we get this one done? Yes. So that means we need to get over here. You know, getting the bakery going is a pretty high priority. Where are we going? So I want to get this rail loop done, and until I get these trains, yeah. So you're still working on that one. Is there any? Yes, that's kind of a bottleneck for me because I need to get into here. Once I get into here, we can build a bunch of roads. What else can we do? We had you working on these. There's a little road right there I had to remember about, and that's for the substation. That's right. Good. So we're getting, if you'll notice, well, we might as well get these done. Oh, this one. Yeah, this guy could get attached. I'd rather you come off the side street if all things being equal. Can I even get you to... Yeah, we'll have one node there. And I don't think there's any other particular priority for this guy. I don't want to bog him down with too many other little jobs, but I think we got everything in here. What is... Oh, that's a footpath needing guy. There we go. Yeah, so eventually we're going to have to do some more designing here, but I'm not going to worry about that until, like I said, I want a lot of irons in the fire to try to keep it moving, but I definitely want to get these bakeries going. And we still have work to do on their thing. Speaking of work to do on their thing, what is this guy up to these days? Steel mills, unfinished railroad. Are you guys having congestion problems and I'm not paying any attention? I don't know. Steel mills, where is this? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I kind of sent some of them up there. And this is rail crossing, and this is rail corridor. So this is them working on this one. But let's get them... I think we kind of gave up on this because... And then these two guys are constantly jamming each other up, but they seem to be okay for the minute. Probably because there's only one job being done. Tell me I'm not a power plant's unfinished railroad. Yeah, once I can get them both in there. Now, what is this? Yeah, that's over there. Okay, okay, that's good. That means he got done something. Oh yeah, look, he got all the way up to here. Wonderful. Because the good thing about that is, well, I don't know if there's such a good thing about that, but yeah, let me get you doing this one. Because at some point here, we're going to be able to build and have them come back on the right track, right? Like, not very much, but that's good. We have to get all this electrified too, but that's another day, another dollar. And yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape. I think our gravel is rebounding. Let's go take one quick look at that, and then I'm going to call this an episode because I think I'm over the time, no doubt. So how are we doing here? That's right, we need power. So why are you... All right, we got that power line done. Yeah, we just need to get concrete. You know what? We're just going to purchase this. Be done. There you go. I mean, it's just causing too many problems. So, sorry if there's any other purists out there that don't like purchasing things, but I had a catch-22 that was going to cause me to have to go some Lord knows where to get more gravel, right? So I forget, maybe one of you guys can point out in the comments what the heck I did that caused us not to have power here. I don't remember deleting anything. Have I not rehooked something back up? Anyway, I'll take a look. But the episode has gone on long enough. We made some good progress. We designed a few more things because I just can't resist designing new things, can I? But hey, that's all right. It's part of the fun. But I do need to get the time rolling. So in between the episodes, I'll play a little bit until I can get another little list of things to go over with you guys and improve. But I feel much better than I did the other day when I left and we had all kinds of pollution problems down here. So I think we're getting there, guys. All right. Well, thank you for watching. I definitely appreciate it. I appreciate all the support and the likes and the subs and even the dislikes, though I do wish you would leave a comment just so I had some idea why you disliked it. But that's your call. No obligation. All right. Take care, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.